Well, boys and girls, it looks like coronavirus may yet have another victim. Cirque du Soleil is filing for bankruptcy/bankruptcy protection. There's some conflicting reports. Get all the scoop today here on Trending Tuesday. What's going on, everybody? My name is Jacob Billett. I am the CEO of Billett Enterprises, and today is a Trending Tuesday segment on my channel. So when it comes to business, when it comes to finance, especially when it comes to either geopolitical issues or issues that can affect really anybody's bottom line or pocketbook, I like to cover it here on my channel on Tuesday. So we're talking about Cirque du Soleil. Now, I'm a white guy, so bear with me if I am not pronouncing it exactly how it should be. I'm one of those knuckle dragging Americans out here. But anyways, so I wanted to, there's kind of a typo on the Vulture. So I got a couple sources that I want to go over, as well as Cirque du Soleil's Twitter account that I want to go over. So there's a couple reports. So the Vulture is reporting that they have filed for bankruptcy protection. They laid off approximately 3,500 employees, not 35,000, which, common misplacement, or an additional zero over here on the Vulture. But this is kind of near and dear to my heart. So my wife was actually a gymnast, and her biggest dream was to be a performer for Cirque du Soleil. I believe she knows one or two people that have actually been on this circuit. So it was pretty cool. She's the one who actually introduced me into this type of stuff. So I have some condos out there in Las Vegas. We watched Cirque du Soleil together. Thought it was really, really cool. They also had a show on a cruise ship they went on last year. I'm not sure. We're going on a cruise here in November again. I'm not sure if they're going to be on there, but not even sure the company's even going to be there by the time that we do that here in November. So the COVID coronavirus thing, it's absolutely destroying a bunch of small businesses, especially in the entertainment area. I know several people personally that's had to shut down. Me and my company, I've had to shut down a couple operations because it was just unsustainable, especially with the restrictions. Our rental markets got slammed, our condos got slammed. The nice thing is we've diversified, so we've been able to get through this. So when it comes to this, and again, if you don't know what Cirque du Soleil is, so basically they are a French-Canadian blend of acrobatics, mime, and modern circus arts. Matter of fact, they, on the cruise ship that went on Norwegian last year, they had a steampunk variant of their famous production that was really, really cool. They also launched a new one in China earlier this year that has been able to be resumed, apparently. But they have been, if you haven't seen these productions, they're really, really neat. They're really neat. So, anyways, the Vulture is saying now again, the Vulture's not really the best, but I'm going to pull up CNN and other things. I'm not a huge CNN fan either, but it just kind of goes to show that people are just trying to push out content and stories and don't really care if it's true or not. So this is just based on the information that has been provided, and I'm pushing it out here on YouTube on my Trending Tuesday. And so it looks like, they're obviously, when it comes to bankruptcies, a lot of people, bankruptcies used in a couple different ways. You can be completely bankrupt and done and it's over, or you can use bankruptcies to restructure debt. And so it looks like the company is trying to restructure. Under Canada's Creditors Agreement Act, Cirque du Soleil has had to lay off 3,480 employees that has been furloughed since March. So, they've been on furlough for quite some time here. The company has entered into a stalking horse purchase agreement with extending shareholders TPG, Fosun, and I don't even know how to pronounce that one, Caisse de Porte et Placement du Québec, de Quebec. So Canadian holding company, it looks like, as well as Investissement Quebec. So Canadian, eh? Canadians out there, eh? Which hypothetically keep the organization afloat for the time being. So basically, while they're going through the restructure, they're dependent on their investors to kind of keep things going if it is something that can be salvageable. Despite the financial unknowns, the rest of 2020, Cirque du Soleil says they are committed to returning to the stage when health and safety permits. Unfortunately, as a company, if you are not bringing in that revenue, you are hemorrhaging. You are hemorrhaging money until, this is done. And there's reports. This shabacle is going to keep going until the election in November. It's gonna play a significant role in how the election is going to be done this November, and I believe that this is going to continue on until next year. So, based on what their cash reserves are or the leniency of their creditors, they could survive, but they would have to have some really cool creditors and some really cool investors, because I know for me, I'm a C-class company myself. And if I'm not posting revenue, any kind of revenue, for 6+ months, I'd probably lose some of my shareholders. So that is definitely something that I personally cannot do as a small business, as a small C corporation. But again, they're doing this new corporate structure. The tickets have been, tickets for suspended and rescheduled performances will remain valid, right? So Father's Day sale, that's not what hopefully it doesn't click that link. On Monday, the company tweeted to our phenomenal fans, the hope of once again seeing your smiling faces in the audience keeps us going every day. We miss you, cannot wait to be together again. There are more than 40 shows. Cirque du Soleil Land of Fantasy, which reopened in China in June 3rd, has been able to resume. So out of all of their shows, 40 shows, it looks like only one is going on. So let's go ahead and pull up what CNN has to say, CNN Business, which is where I kind of discovered this trending topic for today. It was posted late Monday. It does say Cirque du Soleil, the producer of a number of Las Vegas acrobatic shows, has filed for bankruptcy. So not bankruptcy protection, but actual bankruptcy. The announcement Monday, the Montreal-based company blamed its bankruptcy on the immense disruption and forced show closure as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, and is aiming to restructure its debt with assistance from the Canadian government and private equity firms, kind of mirroring what the Vulture was reporting. The filing comes 3 months after its temporary suspended production of its shows, including Sense in Las Vegas. It also has 10 shows on tour across the world, including which I've actually seen, Michael Jackson's One, and Beatles' Love. Was actually a really cool show. Cirque entered a stalking horse bid against its largest backers, including a mix of multinational private equity firms from the United States, China, and Canada, for $420 million. The offer is intended to be a starting point in an auction to draw other bidders. So looks like they are having an issue with liquid capital. So you are going to see a lot of transfers and change of hands if the stalking horse, quote unquote, actually happens. So looking at the Twitter account for Cirque du Soleil, again, they're kind of going out their productions, but this was pinned 22 hours ago on the Cirque du Soleil Twitter account, saying that as we move forward, we know you will have questions and we will continue to share information with you. If you already have tickets, these remain valid. So again, if the company is tight on cash or cash equivalents, they're not going to refund. So there looks like they're holding every penny possible in their coffers right now to make whatever they need to make happen to even survive, right? To even survive. So we're probably going to see a buyout, and then depending on what that company wants to do is kind of going to be the fate of Cirque du Soleil, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to survive this. I think that they are going to sell out to the earliest bidder. Now, and again, it's not a bad business decision if they keep the leadership where it needs to be. If it's not a leadership fault, if it's actually due to a pandemic, they're more than likely going to more than likely going to get handouts from government anyways, because of pandemic. Also, it depends on what kind of tax revenue they bring in, if it's something that's even feasible for the government to kind of go in and back them up. But if they keep leadership how it is, production, the whole 9 yards, and ownership just changes hands to, say, a company that can withstand the hemorrhaging until things get back to normal, then we're not going to see a change on the end user point of things. It's just going to be technical changes or ownership changes is probably where this company is going to go. Again, kind of a typical PR. You know, we all have questions. We miss you. We love you. Tickets remain valid. We're not going to refund you, so you can sit on. And the tickets aren't cheap, from what I remember. It's a few $100 per ticket, I believe, when I saw them. And then on the cruise, I think, I don't remember what the tickets were, but they were a few $100, I think. Again, don't quote me. It's been a while, but that's, I think, kind of where they were. So their consumers are going to be sitting on these tickets for a good amount of time. And then obviously, you know, refer over to FAQs. And then if we go over here to FAQs, look at the COVID-19. Again, according to their own website, they're saying they're not going bankrupt. So imagine that. CNN got this wrong. They're not going bankrupt, rather sought court protection from its creditors under the Companies Creditors Arrangement Act, CCAA in Canada, and Chapter 5. You know, that's kind of crappy. Like, you know, with CNN, if you're going to do an article, I mean, here's the info direct from the horse's mouth. So they are saying that they are not bankrupt, just seeking bankruptcy protection to avoid bankruptcy. Are the shows canceled? The Land of Fantasy is still open. Everything else is canceled. How do you support? Looks like there's some support. And they advise ticket holders to hold on to their tickets. And that is how that works. So CNN, bro, here it is. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to title this, you know, I'm going to put bankruptcy in there because that's what people are searching for right now. But come on, man. Come on. I mean, if the vulture is outdoing you, you might want to check your staff there, CNN. So anyways, that being said, this was a Trending Tuesday. I appreciate you all being here. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Have you been to a Cirque du Soleil show? What do you know about them? Have you ever experienced? If you haven't seen them, go on YouTube, man. Watch some of their stuff. I mean, just super, super talented people. It's huge, right? Hugely talented, right? Really, really cool people. They do a fantastic job. The skills, God, it's just absolutely amazing. So, but yeah, let me know in the thoughts or in the comments, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've ever seen them. Where do you think the company is going to go? That's always a big thing. And I will catch you all later. Peace.